Hi, I am Leah, and I want to talk to you about if I was born during the pandemic. Let's start. In 2020, during the pandemic, the whole world was forced to be isolated. All activities in jobs, commerce, sports, and arts were cancelled, and the whole people were submitted to a big board. I wasn't the exception, despite being born in something I almost never experienced. Almost, actually, for me, this time was a great opportunity to take a rest and share with my parents in home. Also, for being kind and show mercy with some people who was deeply sad. To spend fun times before the pandemic, me and my parents used to go to the movies on weekends, or frequently we went to a near restaurant for lunch, especially on Saturdays. But due to restriction, we couldn't go back. So I used to cook some recipes I enjoyed together. Some of them I used to share in my social media. media. But when I realized about the situation that millions of people were living in the whole planet, I decided not to do it ever again. Nonetheless, it was a great time for us as a family. At the beginning of those days, suddenly I was challenged to create special moments because my parents are elderly with diseases, and it was important to keep their minds in activity in order to avoid sadness or depression. So I had the great idea to play table games. Some afternoons, when they were bored, we used to play domino. Also, we made puzzles in magazines and newspapers. By the other hand, when the insulation began, I was working in an editorial, but I had to stay at home working, which made me very happy. Even so, that meant that I used to work almost 13 hours per day. So it was difficult to me be boring. Definitely, I had no time for that. However, I was spaced out during those months regarding to my personal care. So I got sick, which made me feel bad. Anyway, on weekends I used felt a little bit bored because before that time I used to share with my siblings and friends. Usually we used to have dinners together for talking about our lives. But due to restriction for sharing, we must talk online in video calls, which was really boring. So, when I was bored, what I did was watch some movies on TV with my parents, read books. Also, I used to write two little books, which I shared with my friends. And of course, I slept as much as possible. Thank you so much.